From helpful ally to destructive friends, what is the fate of the Seru and the people that inhabit Legaia? Let's find out in Legend of Legaia. Legend of Legaia is a role-playing game created by Procyon and produced by Contrail in 1998 for the PlayStation system in Japan, 1999 in North America, and 2000 in Europe. This was a game suggested to me by Bladed Wind, and I'm glad he did it because this game looks like it's going to take me on an incredible journey. So let's jump into this and see what lies in store for us in the land of Legaia.
God created the heavens, the earth, and the seas. After creating all the things in the universe, God created humans to rule over this world. Yet, while possessing the wisdom of God, humans were physically weaker than the wild beasts, and impulsive in spirit. Many times did the humans come close to dying out forever. Concerned about the humans' future, God gave them a mighty force with which to aid them. It was the Seru. Since the dawn of human memory, known as history, humans lived together with creatures known as Seru. The Seru lived together with humans, always obeying them, and making the humans many times stronger than before. When not worn by a human, the Seru looks much like a stone figure. However, upon touching a human, the Seru changes form and gives that human secret abilities. With the Seru, a human can lift objects heavier than itself and even fly in the air at will. However, that era came to an end. Appearing from out of nowhere, the mist covered the land, bringing to an end of prosperous symbiosis between humans and Seru. After the thick mist came, the Seru, who once obeyed the humans, rebelled against them. The Seru began attacking the humans at will. Seru that attached themselves to humans controlled their minds and even turned them into beasts. As if forsaken by God, human civilization collapsed. It was the twilight of humanity. Those who escaped the mist inhabited the desolate areas and protected each other. Now their faint hope is their only source of inspiration.
Legend of Legaia follows Vahn as his village is attacked by the Seru and he joins forces with the raw Seru to revive the Genesis tree within the village to save his people. Now Vahn must leave the village to go on a journey to revive the Genesis trees that are all across Legaia in order to destroy the evil mist that plagues this world. Legend of Legaia will run you about 40 hours, which is plenty of time for you to enjoy the scenery, the characters, the action, and your adventure to save this world. This is truly a unique gem of a game, but before we get to what makes this game shine, let's go ahead and cover the usual like we always do here in UnderRadar. The graphics for Legend of Legaia have such a nostalgic touch that really hits home for me. I know, like some of you out there, Final Fantasy VII was one of your first experiences with RPGs, and Legend of Legaia's graphical style seems almost on par with Final Fantasy VII when it comes to the overworld map. What I love most about the graphical style of this game is how in combat, it switches to a style similar to that of Tekken, which is probably a really impressive feat back in the game's release back in the day. The character designs are decent, the monsters look pretty good, the bosses look magnificent, and the lands you traverse, while bland looking at times, offer some pretty unique locations that help the setting of Legaia. Legend of Legaia looks as good as its story is, but let's see if the music fares well. The soundtrack for Legend of Legaia is surprisingly hit and miss for me. I enjoy the music for the world map and some other locations. But the battle theme is pretty bland in comparison to other RPGs from this time. And I figured the boss music would be different, but it almost shares the exact same type of blandness the battle theme holds. Luckily, it seems that only the battle themes really take a miss for me, so I'm betting a lot of you will enjoy it, and maybe fans of this game even love it, but it just wasn't my cup of tea. I still enjoy the music for the rest of the game though, just felt like the battle themes could have been more. Legend of Legaia's music is great by RPG standards, but now let's get into where this game shines its brightest. In Legend of Legaia, your combat is comprised of your typical turn-based fights like RPGs of that time, but with a twist. The twist being this game switches to a hybrid style of combat, mixing RPG and fighting game styles for a very unique battle system. You input commands using the D-pad for comboing high, low, left, and right attacks. If you do certain combos in the right order, you can unlock what are known as arts, which are combo finisher moves that deal considerable damage to your target. Be mindful of your AP gauge though, as you drain the AP gauge whenever you use arts. Be sure to use your spirit to regain AP as well as gain a defensive stance to help block attacks. Another mechanic of the combat has you using Seru that you've bonded with to have the ability of absorbing the Seru, and calling upon them to use their powers and being able to use them as magical spells. The more you use them, the more powerful they become as they level up from experience of combat. Try and be tactful when using your newly absorbed Seru, as those spells do contain elements that can benefit you or hinder you if your enemy is strong against that element. Legend of Legaia is a very unique and interesting RPG with innovative mechanics for its time, and a really interesting story with unique characters and enemies. Currently there's the Project Cross Zone games that give you the similar fighting game RPG mix, but it's with a strategy RPG, so I'm hoping in the future we can get another full adventure RPG like this one with a unique fighting system such as this returning in the future. Thank you guys for another fantastic episode of UnderRadar, and I'll see you on the next one.